Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about having a dog here in Finland. Let's go. Now, another obvious thing since I've been living here in Finland is I've been seeing a lot more bigger dogs that are obviously inside dogs compared to Australia, because here in Finland the weather is so different. Yeah, you really couldn't keep a dog outside in winter. Certain breeds anyway. So it is nice to see, you know, a lot of bigger breeds here in Finland that are being treated as house dogs. In Australia, most of the dog breeds are outside dogs because of the weather. But as I said, it's very nice to see dogs, especially treated like that here in Finland. So yeah, cool. So I've got some items here. Obviously, a thing that is very important for a dog here in Finland is a jacket. Now we got this insulated jacket here for Finley. I believe it was one of the warmest coats or jackets that they had, and I'll put a picture here. The first winter that he got to experience, especially being the breed that he is, Cotton Tulia, the snow was sticking to his fur a lot, and yeah, so the main reason why we got him a jacket was to stop that problem, but also because obviously, you know, I mean, you yourself wouldn't go outside in the snow with nothing on. So, you know, it is nice that they have these options for pets here in Finland, and it's good. It's not just small dogs. I've also seen some very big dogs, very big breeds wearing jackets as well. So yeah, this is definitely something you won't see in Australia. Well, not all areas of Australia anyway. Maybe in some southern parts, or you know, sometimes during winter where it might be a little bit cold, you might see a dog wearing a jacket, but definitely nothing of this caliber. Yeah, so a good jacket is definitely something that's needed. Now, another item is for visibility. I remember when I came to Finland, the very first item that I was given, actually I received it from the Finnish house in Australia before I even came to Finland. When I was preparing my journey to come here, the very first item that I received was a little reflective snowflake on a keychain that I could wear on my jacket. I received that. So it's only right that, you know, you see people wearing reflective gear, that the pets also need to be seen. So they've got these cool little lights. We obviously had to get one for Finley because you might be able to see a person in the dark times here in Finland, but you might not see the pet if they're not wearing a light. So yeah, they've these cool little flashing lights, or it can be solid. But yeah, this is definitely something you probably won't see in Australia because we don't have the dark months like we do here in Finland. So this is pretty cool. I actually do like the idea of this. Now, another obvious one for me was the fact that there's a lot more dog-friendly places here in Finland. Now, I do emphasize on dog-friendly because I haven't seen that many cats being walked around outside. Don't get me wrong, some people do walk their cats here, but yeah, this video is about dogs because we own a dog. Now, there are more dog-friendly places. Public transport in Finland is dog-friendly. There are some restaurants and shops that are dog-friendly. In Australia, last time I checked, I'm pretty sure you can't take your dog into any shops or restaurants. Obviously, like pet stores and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure you can, but yeah, you just can't take your dog to a restaurant and have a meal. Yeah, I remember the first time I seen that, I was baffled. I just couldn't believe it was happening. But yeah, it is nice to see. And that also touches on the whole idea of a pet being a family member is viewed differently here in Finland, and it's nice. In Australia, I guess it's more of dogs especially are seen as not only tools or equipment that farmers can use to herd up livestock or whatever, or pets that are, you know, just simply guard dogs. But here in Finland, they're definitely seen more like family members. It also touches on the fact that if you have a dog and you're walking the dog, or you're going into a shop with a dog, you will receive more looks, more comments from strangers about the dog than just if you were just doing it yourself. I thought it was very strange. I know I've mentioned in another video that you wouldn't try and talk or wave to strangers here in Finland, but if you have a dog or a pet, strangers will just flock to you and just solely talk about the pet. They'll ignore you. They just want to talk about your pet. Yeah, it is funny how that works, but it's definitely something very interesting. Don't get me wrong, it's the same in Australia, but it's just more funny because there's no, you know, they'll completely ignore you and just go straight to the pet. And once the topic about the pet is done and all their questions are answered, they'll go about their day as if you never existed. Yeah, funny. Another great thing in our old place, like I said, and I showed, it backed onto the forest. So it was very nice to take Finley into the forest and, you know, just literally venture off the track, and, you know, you can play around, no problems at all. You can do that in Australia, but then you've got all the dangerous animals and stuff that you need to worry about. I know here in Finland, the only thing we had to worry about were the ticks, are the punki, because and we got a lot of ticks on him. They were just getting in his fur all the time. But yeah, it was nice to know that was really the only thing we had to worry about. Yeah, so the fact that you can just take your pet into the forest here and just go adventure is a good peace of mind to have, knowing that that's really the only problem that you have, because any time outside of tick season, I'm pretty sure you're relatively safe. Another thing, it's not, I mean, it has to happen, but that's living in an apartment, or even when we were living in a house, it had to happen always. You need to take the dog or your pet, you need to take it outside and let it use the toilet. Our dog doesn't like to use the toilet in the vicinity of the house, so we need to take him for a walk. Just travel down to the local park here where we're living in the city. Yeah, and it's funny when it happens, because it's like first thing in the morning, take him during the day, and then again in the evening. There's been times where it's been 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I find myself standing in the middle of the park when it's like -8 degrees, freezing, and I'm just holding Finley as he's just exploring, like. But you know, I mean, that's just the perks of owning a pet in this country is you do get to experience those early morning walks, and yeah, it's something that it takes a little bit of getting used to. In Australia, I remember never really had that problem. Yeah, we would walk our pets, but 90% of the time they use bathroom or anything, or they get exercise from the yard, which was good. But it's definitely something I took for granted. I've owned pets in apartments and in houses in Australia, and there's definitely it is definitely a lot different. And also, I'm going to do another video specifically on this. We had to get Finley this winter season anyway, we had to get him these little boots. I will touch in a video next about why, but yeah, so there's obviously all different types of gear you need to get your dog. If you're that way inclined, of course you don't need to do this stuff, but like I said, dogs, I feel, here in Finland compared to Australia, are very much treated like family members. So you might not need boots for your dog, but in a way, I mean, if it's -10 and you're standing outside, would you stand there barefoot, or would you stand there with shoes on? If you're wearing shoes, chances are your dog might not tell you, but his feet might be cold as well. So yeah. Now I'll go about it in my next video as to the more reasoning as to why we ended up getting these shoes. But yeah, so this video was just to touch on my experiences of owning a dog here in Finland, and all of the pros that come along with it. But more so just the fact that the whole stigma around owning a pet is just so different that I've noticed compared to having one back in Australia. Here in Finland, it definitely seem like family members a lot more than they are in Australia, from what I've seen anyway. Cool, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.